What's up everyone, my name is Wes Anak and this is part 1 of my Red Dead Redemption 2 Let's Play. So this is my first time doing anything like this and I had experienced some technical difficulties at the beginning of the recording. Long story short, those technical difficulties made it to where I could not share with you the first couple of missions up in the mountains. So what I decided to do was go ahead and start this series at the train robbery that takes us down off of the mountain and into the beautiful wilderness in chapter 2. So that's where this playthrough is going to start, and I hope you enjoy it.
Dutch being Dutch, those plans involve robbery and dreams.
Seemed like they involved a fair amount of uncertainty too. If we can hit that train. I'm disappointed in Dutch.
Him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect.
Can you imagine John Marston gets addicted to morphine?
You're still here then?
Because of his little scrape up in the mountains?
I owe you. Yeah. And you'll pay me. But for the moment, just rest.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but look at you.
I was always ugly, Dutch. It's just a scratch.
Don't lie still, son. Hello, Abigail.
Dutch,
Jackie.
the boy wanted to see you, John.
You see me now. Or what's left of me. What about you?
Guess I was hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your time. You'll see plenty of them.
You're a rotten man, John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it. Now, railway men. Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower just before the tunnel.
Ain't a problem. Why are we doing this? Weather's breaking, we could leave. I thought we was lying low.
Yeah, come on. What do you want from me, Hosea?
I don't think we're ever gonna lie low again.
To die, Dutch.
We're living, Hosea. We're living. Look at me. We're living. Even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the plan, which was to lie low, then head back out west. Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Leviticus.
I mean, we could just not rob the train.
Who is Leviticus?
We'll find other ways to make money.
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him.
It's like, but we have to rob the train. We have no choice.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob.
Did everybody remember to clock in?
Everyone ready?
You won't get paid for the appropriate amount of hours if you don't clock in before we hit this train. Don't complain to me when you don't get your fair share because you clocked in 30 minutes late. This is a job, boys. Remember that.
Okay, gentlemen, listen up, all of you. According to the information so kindly provided to us by the O'Driscolls, the train will be coming north from Big Valley. We're gonna pick it off after it crosses the border into the Grizzlies. There's a raised spot there that should give us good vantage. Charles, you'll keep lookout for any outriders. How's that hand, by the way?
I'll be fine.
Good. I'll take the driver and engineer, then run point. Lenny and Javier, you two take the front cars and deal with any guards. Arthur and Micah, you head straight for the back. That's what we're after. Mr. Cornwall's...
This is genuinely one of the best missions in the game, to me.
Great. Have you got a problem with that?
Not if you keep your head for once.
You worry about yourself, huh?
Enough! After Bill blows the tracks, we're gonna need to move fast. Is everyone clear on what they're doing?
Yep. Crystal.
Yes, boss.
Good. Now come on. Let's ride.
It went from being real sunshiny to real foggy. Is that typical when you come down off of a mountain, it gets more foggy?
Feels good, doesn't it? But we need to get this done fast. Now it's thawing before anyone
This
gets
is such a
up
cool
here
way
and
for
after us.
Rockstar to like very slowly introduce us to the open world with the incredible graphics and everything. The snowy mountains look good enough, but see, as we come down here and the sun starts to shine again and we start to see some of the foliage,
Arthur Morgan,
come on, it's beautiful. This is an absolute work of art.
always the first man on his horse.
Just happy we're back at him, Dutch.
You sure you're ready for this, kid?
Of course I'm ready.
Just stay calm. Keep your eyes sharp. That goes for all of you.
This game is a living, interactive painting.
So we do
It's so
this,
cool.
Then we go back to Blackwater to collect.
How many times you gonna ask the same question, Micah?
That's a lot of damn money to leave sitting for too long.
It would be crazy to go back there now. The place will be swarming with Pinkertons.
We go back when I say we go back, and that's the end of it. The money's safe. You'll just have to trust me. And if the O'Driscolls are right, there'll be a stack of railroad bonds on this train. Good money, once we work out how to cash them. Now everyone, shut up and get your mind on the job at hand.
Yeah, shut up, everyone.
There's the water tower. Hold up here on the ridge. Whoa there. Is Bill there? Yeah.
This is for sure not the first time we will be visiting this location. Once we get into the open world, we're going to be here at least a couple more times. Because I do not plan for this to be the only train we rob. We got to make money somehow. And Arthur is a pretty good train robber, so that's probably going to be how we get most of our money in this playthrough.
How you getting on?
Yeah. I'm okay.
You sure?
Of course.
Can I help a little?
All right. Go ahead and set up the detonator by those rocks over there.
Okay, sure.
Now just unspool the wire and then attach it to said detonator.
There are lots of parallels between this mission and some of the missions that happen later in Chapter 6. It's kind of cool. Like, they were setting some stuff up in this very early chapter that we don't see any more of or doesn't pay off until way later in the game. But they knew what they were doing.
This is good.
All right. That should do it. You head back up to the others. I got it from here.
You would be, Micah. I hope I get to kill a lot of people. Brutally.
What's going on? He says all fine.
We'll soon find out.
Everything okay? I think so. Okay, cover your faces. Train should be here any minute now. Gentlemen, it's time. Good luck, all of you. You all know what to do.
Here we go.
Blow these tracks.
Shit! No! What? God!
So disappointing.
You've got to be kidding me. Where did you find that?
Chapter 6 vibes, that's all I'm gonna say.
Hold on!
Things are going wrong. I won't elaborate any further because we're at the very beginning of the game, but Chapter 6 vibes. Shit's already going sideways for this well-meaning group of bandits. I guess I can't really call them well-meaning. We're about to do a lot of violence. Don't worry, Lenny. We would never let anything happen to you. You're safe with us.
Now, let's go slow this thing down.
Where's Javier?
Oh, I thought for a second I didn't have the carbine. I was like, oh no! Alright, you.
Come on, we need to stop this train.
Jump!
God dang it, we being robbed. Who's got a shot on this?
That's how you want it.
This is the end of the line.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
What the hell was Bill doing? He had long enough to set that charge.
Well, I hooked up the wire, but we won't mention that.
Yeah, no, it was all Bill's fault. He's just incompetent.
We have to stop this.
We are not.
That's what
We are very, very competent. We have all of the competence, and Bill has none of it.
What is wrong with you boys?
Kill that bastard! That's far enough. How you doing
Jump.
there?
I'm okay. If we don't stop this train soon, the other boys will never catch us.
I know, just stay calm.
I gotta loot first. It's the most important thing.
Let's keep moving.
You're facing off against a literal outlaw gang, and you're a train engineer. I don't imagine this is gonna go too well for you, and I was right.
I'm going up. We have to stop this.
Where's my hat? My hat was like sitting right on the edge of the... There it is. I love his little slide.
Shit, more guards coming out of that train car.
There better be some money at the end of this.
Oh, that's Lenny. I don't want to shoot Lenny.
Still okay?
I think so.
Good.
Damn, he's got. Who is this
Doing
guy?
good, kid.
Good job, officer.
Oh, thanks, Lenny. I appreciate the encouragement, bud. You're doing really good, too.
They're coming out of that last.
But we straight up have miracle tonics already? Wow.
No, we are. Hey, there's the other boy. Watch it. More of them ahead.
I can't actually see any of these guys. It's very foggy. Oh, I love how they're riding around with their horses. That's so cool.
I can see now why the
Classic outlaw gang
Driscoll's brought
thing to
so many
do.
boys up here for
That was so cool. They like rode around the train guards and then shot. That was so neat. That has to be something that's happened in a lot of older
Let's
westerns.
get the money and go.
We got some fellas holed up in this last car.
Ah, shit.
What are you boys
Oh, it's not gonna let me loot.
in there? Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. Any more of you. I give you my word, but trust me, we will.
I work for Leviticus Corps.
Come on, boys.
We got our orders.
Okay. You asked for it.
We ain't
5,
opening this door.
4, 3, 2, 1. Seems our friends have gone deaf. Wake them up a little.
All right.
Mr. Williamson, give Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith some dynamite. You two boys go blow that door open. Now, don't matter too much to us, but you boys in there might want to take a step back.
Seems good enough.
Here we go.
Now light the fuse.
Unless you got a death wish. I'd step back, fellers.
Alright. The dynamite seems to take extra long this time around.
Alright, come on. Just walk on out here. We don't want to kill you. We just want to rob your boss. Get on up there. Search that train.
Look at this place. It's like a palace.
Well, now I've seen everything. Oh, you two got the safe? I'll search the rest.
Oh, yes. Should be easy as cake. You're just gonna stand there, kid. Pour me some brandy, will ya? I'm parched.
Shut up. Me and Arthur.
So we've got a letter to Leviticus Cornwall.
Didn't see you rushing to jump on that train.
He's keen. I'll give you that.
Very keen. So we've got a letter to Leviticus Cornwall from the Leyland Oil Development Company. If Micah will shut the hell up, I can read it. We're just going to talk over Micah. It says, Dear Mr. Cornwall, we are yet to receive payment of $2,000 for the initial phase of exploration at the Wapiti Indian Reservation in Amberino, as agreed.
That's how it's done.
Nobody cares, Micah.
Shit. Just a pile of paper.
He's going to narrate every single thing he does, isn't he?
So,
Good Lord, Micah.
make yourself useful. At least we all know you can read.
He does not know how to shut up. I am trying to read, sir. As agreed in the contract between Cornwall... Good Lord.
Invoices, blah, blah, blah.
Micah, nobody cares. Shut up.
Sugar imports from the
Alright,
Spanish
we're gonna read this later.
A lot of sugar.
This is just not a good...
Some fancy new boaties.
Not a good time to read it. We're having like a whole podcast right now. An 1800s style podcast without the microphone. Oh, and we got another letter. Let's see if I can read this one. Without anybody talking. Nope, immediately. Alright, we're gonna read these later. It's like they wait for me to pick up a piece of paper and then they start jabbering. Let's see, is there anything I'm missing? Looks like Guarma there. So much foreshadowing in this first chapter. They're talking about Wapiti, that looks like Guarma. Let's see what else we can find. I don't think I've looted everything I could loot.
These just seem to be contracts. Arthur.
Yeah, nothing here.
Down the end there?
I'm working on it. Need a cigarette.
Well, keep looking. There must be something.
Well, I mean, I found plenty of things to read. Nobody wanted to let me.
How's it looking in there?
Got some money. Got better Deadeye. Indian tobacco.
No, this looks like something.
Look at Cornwall. That's such a goofy ass picture of him. And you know he's like so proud of it too. And there's one of him sitting instead of standing. I'm gonna take your cigars, Cornwall. I need a cigar. It's only fitting to smoke a cigar and then maybe drink some fine brandy while we're on this fancy train.
Let's hurry this along now.
I'm trying to vibe, Dutch. Good God, I'm in a fancy train. I wanted to drink a cigar, drink some fine brandy, and all you are is, let's go, let's go.
Bonds. They worth anything?
Oh, sure. Bearer bonds. I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done. Now, would you get rid of all of this?
The train?
Yeah, get it out of here.
What about them?
What do you think? I don't know. It's up to you. Kill them, leave them here, take them with you on the train. Just make sure they don't send no folk after us.
Okay.
See you back at camp. When you get back...
That sinister look on his face.
The rest of you, let's ride.
Okay. Get on the train. Quick. All of you. Any bright ideas, I kill all three of you. So behave.
soul, I swear.
Faster!
Get him moving.
Hurry up! I got a lot of bodies to loot. Now you fellers just get comfortable, because you're going to be there for a minute. Yeah, we're going to be coming off this mountain strong with lots of items. As I mentioned before, my kid is playing a video game right next to me, and I looked over and he's just driving an ambulance up in the mountains randomly at night. Must be part of a mission or something. Oh, and then he blew up the ambulance. Cool. Very cool. Meanwhile, we're just looting bodies. Where did those three go? Did I walk right past them and didn't notice? Are they like cowered in a corner somewhere? Because, like, all they did was get on the train. Now I want to see if I can find them. We're going to take a break from looting. See if we can find... Are you three back here? Did I walk right past you? Where are you? Did you just despawn whenever you got in the train? I feel like Rockstar would aim for more realism than that. Oh, I missed potent bitters. Those will come in handy. I guess they went in here. Yeah, they're in here. Trying to see if I can see them through. Yep, there they are. I can see the guy cowering. Okay, so they're in there. They went into the... You figure they would go into the swanky part of the car. If you're taken hostage on a train that's going to be barreling out of control by itself anyway, you might as well be in the nice car, smoking a cigar and drinking fine alcohol. Can't loot him? I guess I already did. I'm not going to bother going out there for that one. Looted him too, I guess. I wonder what would happen if we just left without starting the train up. I'm sure we'd just get the generic fail screen. And I'm not curious enough to actually try it, but I do wonder. You gonna loot this guy? There we go. For a second I thought I was gonna have to get back on the ground to loot him. Alright, we got all the loot. Now we can go. And that is the first train robbery in the bag. That is going to be the first of many for this playthrough, so strap in. We're going to rob lots of trains. Find a way to not let it tank our honor too much.
So, we getting out of this hellhole? We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our
Say that like it's a bad thing.
Behind us, gentlemen.
You know how many bodies I was able to loot?
I know this country a little. I told you we should set up camp in Horse.
John all fucked up and injured in the background.
We'll be able to hide out there no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
We'll have lots to talk about, that's for sure. Because you've lost your goddamn mind, Dutch. Alright, so now we are coming down off of the mountain. We are going to be heading down into the open world, and I am excited. Like I was saying in part 1, there is a lot I want to do with this series. I don't really intend to 100% it, but I do intend to go through it very slowly. I want to do story missions at a relatively consistent pace, but I want to take it as slow as I can too. So I figure each mission that I do, I'll do a lot of open world stuff in between each mission. So I'm thinking I'll do like a lot of hunting, or I'll do some of the challenges, maybe rob a couple trains, and just do as much as possible in between the missions. I do want to play through the game pretty steadily for this stream, but I want it to be very long and slow. And I'm just so pumped. I've played through this a million times, but this cutscene gets me every time whenever we're coming down off the mountains. And just the anticipation, that's what this game is all about. Anticipation.
Yes, boss.
That whole first chapter was just getting us ready for all the antics that we're about to get up to. This game is just fantastic. I mean, look at this beautiful open world. This incredible music. My goodness. I would say that this is one of the best games that's ever been made, for sure. It's in my top 3 for sure, and I would argue that it is in the top 3 greatest games that have ever been made. I would love to get some single-player DLC, but we know that's probably not gonna happen. I think GTA 6 is gonna be phenomenal in its own way. I can't really say, like, I can't really give my opinion on whether GTA 6 will be better than Red Dead 2, because they're, like, entirely different games that share kind of the same bones, if that makes sense. They have like the Rockstar bones, but other than that, they're very different experiences. GTA 6 will undoubtedly be like far more sophisticated than Red Dead Redemption 2, just because it's a newer game. They've had a lot of time to work on it, but I don't know if it'll be better. I prefer Red Dead Redemption to Grand Theft Auto.
I reckon we can handle it. All right, Charles, you and me hold the thing up while you try and put
Even with all of the slowness, I actually enjoy the slowness myself. For me, it contributes to the vibes.
Don't say less. Pick the wheel up.
Bash the wheel. Bash, bash. The wheel only took 3 bashes to get firmly hooked in place.
So useless after all.
Not quite.
What do you think?
I think it's like literal foreshadowing, because at first we just saw like their shadows. We're not going to see them for a long time.
We really screwed them over down here. Come on, let's not push our luck.
What happened?
Well, get in. I'll tell you.
I'm sure it was the subject of a lot of conversation in the writer's room for Rockstar about how exactly to pace the story with the Native Americans, because we saw them just now. That was like kind of our introduction. Not really an introduction to them, just like letting us know that they are here and they're going to probably be a part of the story. And now Hosea is kind of talking about, he's giving exposition as to what the Native Americans from Wapiti went through, but they actually don't show up in the story for like quite a few chapters. So I'm sure they had a lot of conversations about the pacing of the Native American aspect of this story. It seems like they didn't quite know how to pace that story, because again, it doesn't even, that story doesn't unfold until way later. They could have had some of it unfold in the Valentine chapter, in my opinion. Even though I know the whole point of it is that they're not here because they've been pushed further up north. But I feel like we could have seen more from the natives in this chapter, the Valentine chapter.
For the benefit of our block-headed driver here.
Hey, don't blame it on me. Never forget, this here's a con man, Charles, born and bred.
Just 'cause it sounds fancy don't mean he knows a damn.
Wonder how many rocks I can go over in this wagon before the wheel falls off again.
So, what happened to your tribe?
I don't even know if I have one. At least, not that I can remember. My father was a colored man. He told me he lived with our people for a while. A number of free men did, but when we were forced to move from our lands, the three of us fled. I was too young to really remember much. My whole life I've been on the run. A couple years later, some soldiers captured my mother. Took her somewhere. We never saw her again. We drifted around. He was a very sad man, and the drink had a mean hold on him. Around 13, I just took off on my own.
That was about the age we found young Arthur here. Maybe a little older. A wilder delinquent you never did see. But he learned fast.
Not as fast as Marston, apparently.
Wait, I don't understand. What's the problem between you two?
Arthur?
I don't like him.
It's a long story.
He likes to run away. That's like his thing. His two things are getting shot and running away.
That depends.
Those pretty much make up his whole personality. Oh, and he doesn't like his partner either.
No. Are we heading in the correct direction on our desperate escape from the law eastwards down the mountains? Yes, I believe so.
Wild American East. Here we are.
Well, I've been through a couple of times. There's a livestock town not too far from here called
No more open desert for us.
Cowboys, outlaws.
We're on the frontier now.
Our kind of place.
The Driscolls?
Probably them too.
Pinkertons?
Let's hope not.
Definitely Pinkertons.
Wait, what's it called?
They're gonna find you almost immediately.
It's a good
I mean, you're not even that far away from Blackwater.
For now. And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right. You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been.
I genuinely want a Red Dead Redemption book written by a fake Jack Marston. No, it doesn't even have to be like that immersive. But I want to read this as a book. I want it to start maybe even in Blackwater or even before that point. And I want to be able to read the whole story. A TV show would be cool too, but it has to be done right, of course. And a book would have to be done right as well.
Just some yarrow and ginseng. Good for the health. Better than that stuff you buy in the store. Yeah, you can have all this. I'm at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
I have acquired some herbs. A variety of plants can be found throughout the world. Pick them to learn about their properties. Oh, we will. We're going to pick as many plants as we can. Looks like we've already got ginseng in our compendium. So let's see what it says. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that word. American ginseng shrubs can be identified by their large palmate, I have no idea, palmate leaves, smooth stems, and small cluster of red berries. The cluster of berries are smaller than the clusters found on Alaskan ginseng. These plants are native to forests and moist areas from West Elizabeth to the edges of New Hanover. This medicinal plant can be crafted into medicine or consumed to replenish your health core. I always get a little excited when I find ginseng because you only ever find it in clusters of like 1 or 2. It seems to be a little more rare. I could be wrong, but I don't find ginseng as often, and when I do, I barely find any of it. Here we are!
There you are, brother. Head in there and follow the track for a bit.
Thanks.
Hey, slow up. I'll jump on.
Hop on, Javier.
Okay, let's go.
Any trouble getting in here, Javier?
Nope. It went well. This is a good spot.
Excellent. I think this will work for us, Arthur. For now, anyway.
Now. I'm purposely taking this really slow because I just love this scene. I love riding into this camp every single time I do it. It's just... I love it. Horseshoe Overlook! We made it!
Perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
This is such a dope camp.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater.
Good God, let it go, Hosea.
Then Micah got you all excited about that.
We're gonna rob lots of trains, we're gonna make lots of money, everything's gonna be okay.
Every last one of us. But
I want to know what mistakes Hosea has made. We need the Hosea Mistakes DLC. That's what I want to see. I want to play some missions that Hosea instigated that went horrifically wrong.
I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck east of the Grizzlies and out of money. And a long way from a dream of...
They could call it Red Dead Redemption 2, Hosea's Remorse, DLC.
We are safe.
A series of robberies that went very
We
wrong.
move again. Head out around
Because Hosea is not good at planning robberies.
In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, you know, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone.
It's a good thing this open world has trains.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers.
We expect you to rob trains too.
Everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice. Now be sensible out there.
See, Sean wasn't here when Dutch said that, so that's why later, whenever Arthur's giving Sean shit for not knowing about the camp box, he literally wasn't even here.
Everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
How did Arthur lose his money but none of his possessions? I know he probably doesn't have like a wallet. And I know they lost the Blackwater money, but how did he lose... Wouldn't he have his money stashed in like a chest and they would just take the chest with him? Was there another fire? And and the money got all burned up? Everybody's money? So now everybody's starting at 0? Chapter 2, Horseshoe Overlook. A couple of weeks later.
Got off the mountain, rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier, in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess.
Gotta grab the hat. Iconic.
Arthur?
Hosea?
He is gonna burn his hand on the bottom of that coffee cup.
Quite a day.
He'll be like Charles with the burnt hand.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill, Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Well, here we are. We are now officially in the open world. So, there is lots to do, and Arthur doesn't even know where to begin. First, we'll begin with a conversation.
Boy.
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing at all. For the first time in weeks, nothing. We're free. We're free to plan our own futures once more.
I hope so, Dutch.
The game is telling me so much stuff about camp right now up in the top left corner. It's like an ADHD person's worst nightmare. I'm trying to focus on Dutch, and I'm trying to focus on what they're saying up top.
Okay, well, let's talk more later.
Okay.
So, I am in absolutely no rush to do anything. I want to, like I've said a billion times already, take this as slow as possible, and I already play this game at a pretty slow pace, so we're going to do some of the exciting stuff, you know, train robberies, taking out rival gangs, and things like that, but to start us out, we're going to go very slow. First, we're going to get us some whiskey, and then some coffee, because I said earlier that I would do it in that order, but the game really wants us to examine the case of the deceitful German first. So I guess that's the very first thing that we're going to do. Wait, Hosea is wanting a book that is already in camp? Hosea enjoys crime novels. Find one for him. This is probably his book. It's literally in camp. He probably set it down here. So I'm going to return it to him like I found this book, Hosea. Like Hosea's going to be like, "Oh, that's amazing, Arthur. Thank you so much." He's just going to be like, "That's literally just my book." But anyway, we are going to read The Case of the Deceitful German. Chapter 1. London lay enveloped in a thick blanket of fog. It hung like a blanket that has been hung up from a place you hang things from. And the ancient but bustling city, the most wonderful and awful place in the entire world, was both pretty and sinister, like a young girl who tempts a bachelor into marriage or a jewel that tempts a man into murder. This is horrifically poorly written. Oh my gosh, I'm sure it's like on purpose, but wow. These were my thoughts as I sat by, doing the things a gentleman does while idly waiting for an adventure to start at the beginning of a story. This is painful. I really hope novels, like crime novels or spy novels, I hope these novels back in the day were not written like this, because my goodness, I know this is a rock star thing, this is all rock starred out, but still. Just as our last adventures had ended, so a new adventure was about to begin. I knew it, and Aldous Filson knew it. Literally, Hosea was right there. I'm just reading his book, and then I'm going to turn around and give it back to him. I knew it, and Aldous Filson knew it. Even our rooms knew it, or they seemed to, as an expectant air hung about the place, much like the fog, both hanging together, like two friends who live together. And I'm not going to read the rest of that sentence. And that, dear reader, is precisely what we did next! My God! Upon my word, gasped Filson. Yes, even Filson, the most brilliant man in the Empire, detective, yogi, sage, scientist, organist, raconteur, occasional thief, patriot, and expert, and 1,000 other subjects besides. I'm sorry, that's just too many things. Even he was surprised. Upon my word, he repeated, still surprised. What are you doing here? For standing in front of us, as if he had not been last seen locked up in a tower on a tropical island awaiting certain doom, was the worst man in all of Europe. This is such a bad novel. This is something that I would read, like hate read for fun. It's so bad. The most dastardly, most Germanic, really, Germanic is the word you're going to use. That's the adjective you're going to go with to describe the German man. Okay. Most Germanic, most domineering, and injudicious, Baron von Schwarzhart. Needless to say, his weapon was drawn. I did not come here for revenge, Herr Filson, he drawled Germanically. Germanically. It's like he's racist against Germans. Then why are you here? I spluttered enormously. Firstly, I can't get my voices consistent, so sorry about that. Firstly, to prove that even the best man in Great Britain is no match for a German aristocrat. Something to look in both your faces demonstrated as I walked through the door. And secondly, to offer you a deal. The Baron's eye patch twitched as he spoke. Only a fool would trust a man like him. And Filson was no fool. He was an Englishman, first and foremost. I make no deals with the likes of you, Baron, but acknowledge that your escape surprised even me, and it is over 5 years since I... Damn you, Rockstar. Genuinely damn you. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I don't know what the hell context they're using this word in. Maybe some weird 1800s context, or Rockstar's just pretending that it can be used in that context. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Whereas I do almost every day. God damn it. Of course they made me read that. That's because, my dear friend, you are one of life's innocents. I was stung like a person who has just been stung by a bee, or even a scorpion by this admonition that cut me hard. But I grinned and bore it, for Filson could be unkind, but I forgave him. And, now I think of it, he was like a scorpion, cunning, baffling, and with a sting in his long tail. This was something the Baron had forgotten. London was shrouded in mysterious fog. The German was cunning, and yet Filson was more foggy, mysterious, and cunning than both of them combined. In a trice he had disarmed the Baron, and had a rapier held quivering against his chin. Now, my dear Baron, if you don't want me to penetrate you like a fish with this sword, tell me just who you are and what you are doing. I'm the Baron von Schwarzheart, he gasped, but as he spoke, his disguise began to slip. Stood before us was not a German man at all, but even worse, a woman! Why is that worse? I don't understand. But alright, that was certainly a story. Very poorly written. Weirdly had some innuendo in there, which I didn't really expect. But anyway, oh, so we can't give it to Hosea. We can just put it back down. Because it's probably his book in the first place. My God, there's a lot of stuff to read, so I'm probably, like in camp, there's lots of little documents you can read. I'm probably going to try to, like, space it out a little bit, so I'm not just reading for, like, 20 minutes straight. Besides, we need a whiskey, and then we need some coffee. Well, that was exciting. Now we'll go back to walking around camp. Do a couple chores. I don't really feel like we need stew just yet. I feel like coffee is the best thing to have first.
I don't give a damn.
Look, you seem like a decent feller behind it all.
He was threatening to break your bones. Right. Not a good judge of character.
We'll leave it there then.
You seem like a good man besides talking about breaking my bones.
I mean, there must be enough for me to have a couple of bites.
Don't worry, Karen. We're not eating either yet. We're going to do some chores and earn that food. Dutch doesn't feel like talking.
You okay?
Gonna be a good day.
You got a good head on your shoulders.
I do?
And that's half the battle in this line of work.
Sure, Arthur.
How you doing?
All right, Mary Beth?
I'm bored out of my mind. Been cooped up for days.
Well, bored is better than freezing. How you doing, Karen?
Oh, all right, I guess. Grimshaw's driving me crazy.
Well, so no change there.
Alright, we got some hay bales need moved for these horses. Work's not gonna do itself around here. I wonder how many people, whenever they first played through this game and got down to the mountain like this, started their playthrough with camp chores instead of, like, going straight for the story or getting up to some mischief in the open world. I bet there were some players who, even on their very first time around, like their very first playthrough, were going for that long, slow, immersive, like, sense of realism with the game. I'm sure most people just played through the story, though, for their first playthrough. I think that's what I did. My first time. You want to talk yet?
Arthur, how's a cigar? Not bad, but sometimes I prefer a pipe. I've been meaning to get one for ages. I left the old one in
Blackwater, I know. Well, if I find one, you can have it.
Well, you are a gentleman, Mr. Morgan. I raised you well.
Don't take too much pride in your work.
So Dutch wants a pipe. Okay. Well, I gotta go. My shoulder's killing me. This thing weighs like 50 pounds.
Have a lovely
kind of passive aggression is that? Have a lovely meal. You know, 'cause I can't. Get me a health cure. Nope, I can't. No space. I fully intend on hunting and getting all the good satchels and everything for this playthrough. Wood's not gonna chop itself. One thing I really love about this game, and I know I'm not alone in this, but is the sense of just existing in camp. Like, you don't really have any goals. You might do some chores. You might sit down and have a drink, you know, have a couple cigarettes, listen to whatever dialogue's going on. I really love the vibe of just living in camp. And that includes doing these chores. And as beautiful as this view is, whenever I chop wood, I notice if I come over here and do this, where you can see the rest of the camp, Arthur sort of just looks like another NPC in the camp, just going about his day. Of course, you can't see it now because we're already done, but it's almost fun to pretend that Arthur is just another NPC, just doing chores and stuff like he's not even the main character.
Morning, Arthur.
Watch the wind doesn't change.
Oh, shut up, Arthur.
Well, she's bumming out already. She's like already sad.
I'm not much company. Take care.
That didn't take long at all. So straight out of the gate, we are also going to contribute some money to the box. Let's see, we have 54. We'll put in like 10. Just something to get us started. Everything I do for you, Dutch. Well, we better make sure to study our chickens. Leghorn chicken. The Leghorn chicken can be found on ranches across Lemoyne, New Hanover, West Elizabeth, and New Austin. As omnivores, they usually forage the ground for insects and vegetation. And then we can use a bow, and we can use their feathers for crafting, and eat their meat. No way! I didn't know you could eat chicken.
Mr. Strauss.
Like, you can eat chicken in Red Dead. It's so realistic.
One of life's great pleasures.
Enjoy.
All right, Mr. Morgan.
How are you?
I got work to do, Lenny. Sacks won't carry themselves. Also, another good reason to do some of these camp chores early on is that you get a Deadeye boost from them. If you do a lot of these camp chores, your Deadeye will be full before you know it. Do we have any meat we can donate without having hunted? We do.
It needs better meat.
Well, now you got some fish and some other meat, so it should be a little bit better. What's this? Crackers. I know there's a chore in this camp that involves filling up a bucket with water. Maybe that chore is not available yet. I see the buckets of water. We don't have a whole lot of food just yet. Maybe the bucket of water is over here.
What do you think of your new home?
Let me go now, please.
No can do.
Nope, I guess we can't fill up the bucket yet and top off the wash bin. Still don't really feel like we need food just yet. I mean, our cores are pretty good. We literally just started. I feel like Dutch is going to try to talk to me. Nope, guess not. Anyway, let's see. I think we're gonna shave Arthur before we go out and do anything else. We're gonna give him a little mustache. Don't mind the noise in my cat feeder. I recorded a cute little message for my cat so he knows he gets dinner. Dinner time, kitty. There we go. We'll let Arthur have a classic Old West mustache. I don't think I want to go into town and trim his hair just yet. But yeah, we're going to start him up with that mustache. Alright, so the next order of business is to get some food for the camp. So we are going to go down and do a little bit of hunting. As soon as I can find my horse. There you are. Hungry boy? I don't need food, but I'm perfectly comfortable giving my horse food when he doesn't need it.
Yeah, good boy.
I just want to be nice to him.
You're alright, boy.
Alright, so let's go down and get a horse full of food for the camp. That would be the best first place to start. And while we're down there, we're going to check out that burned up town right down the hill. Collect some plants if there's any up here. No, the plants are going to be down the hill. We'll go talk to Tobacco Guy, too. We'll talk to him first.
Well, that's exactly what I've been looking for. Well,
I feel like if he knows I smoke tobacco, he'll make sure to give me some.
Look at this, my friend. Tobacco. Nature's gift to us all. Focuses the mind like nothing else.
Indian tobacco. Indian tobacco can be identified by their tall height, serrated leaves, and delicate lilac flowers. These plants are native to woodlands and savannas and can be found growing in West Elizabeth, Amberino, and Lemoyne. Excuse me. The herb can be consumed to increase your deadeye core or as one of the key ingredients to make snake oil. Cool.
Well,
Guess we can't roll our own cigarettes.
Buy it off the shelves when you can make your own. Well, plenty left here if you're interested. I'd best keep moving.
Well, thank you, sir.
Shit. Thanks, I guess.
Bye, mister.
Bye, mister.
Let's see, what else we got? As far as plants. Is there another one? No. I know if we go down by the water, there should be some plants down there we can pick. I'm not really trying to emphasize picking a bunch of flowers, but again, long, slow playthrough. We're gonna just kind of live in the open world like we did in camp. I know there's some... I don't know how it's pronounced. Bulrush, bulrush. I'm gonna just say bulrush. Somewhere along this water. Burdock root. So, burdock bushes are tall, dark green, leafy bushes and are very easy to spot in the light-colored surroundings. They are found in the western side of the Great Plains region, particularly along the railroad tracks and riverbanks, sometimes near rocks and under groups of trees, but scattered about in general. The root can be consumed or crafted into bitters. Okay. Let's see. Here's going to be our bulrush, I think. Precisely! Our horse will thank us. Common bulrush can be recognized by the long leaves and brown staminate flowers. This plant can be found near streams and lakes in every region across America. The plant is poisonous to humans, so it should never be consumed, though it can be used in crafting a horse ointment. I see this stuff all the time when I go out to nature. Out to the wilderness, but I don't try to eat it. I just collect it and bring it back to my horse that I don't have. Oh, he had to disappear behind the rock. Wonder if I can make a shot from this far away. Oh my god, I actually made that. Cool. I was running out of stamina and everything. Come on, horse. Did you get stuck in the water? Alright, now that we've got a deer, we just need to find some smaller animals. But I spot, in the distance, some fuckery afoot. Let's see what we got. That can't be good. Better go help the poor fella. Anybody else? How you doing, mister?
You all right
Mister,
there?
I don't
Ain't
hardly
gonna
know
harm
what
you
to say.
anymore.
Thanks, I guess. You done me a service.
I'm here to serve.
Hey, look. The stage company's gonna write this off as a robbery anyway. If you can get in that lockbox, you can take what you want from it. It ain't stealing if it's already stolen.
Somehow I don't imagine there'll be anything in there I really need. It's probably going to be all stuff that I'm already full up on, but I appreciate the gesture, mister. I am going to loot your buddy, though. Sorry. It's like Kratos says, he won't use whatever he has on him. I will. And that is an exact quote from Kratos, word for word. Arthur, where are we going? No, we need to get on the wagon so that we push him off so we can loot him. Is this not a wagon that is drivable? Apparently not. Okay. Well, I would try to, like, shoot the guy off the wagon, but somehow I imagine that's going to interfere with our honor in some way. Can we cut the horses free? Do I have to study them first? Suffolk Punch. Interesting. I'm not going to read every description of everything, but I am going to read a lot of it. But, like, right now, for instance, how I've already done a lot of reading, we're going to try to space it out a little bit.
Okay, boy.
Alright, well, we helped that guy. We just got to get some critters for camp. We need more food. I'd like to get a horse full. Why are you guys being so mean? Is it because of my bow? Do you perceive me as a threat because I have a bow out? It's not for you, it's for rabbits and squirrels. Like that one. Apparently Arthur's hallucinating. I swear I saw a squirrel run across the road. Anyway, Limpany. This is a very interesting burned up old town. It makes me wonder if Rockstar had originally planned for, you know, Valentine or the Valentine-like town, you know, for Chapter 2. If they originally planned it to be here at the bottom of the mountain. I highly doubt it, because it just makes more sense to put camp down the road than it does have camp literally overlook the first town in the game. But I like to imagine that, you know, Rockstar had originally planned to put a town here, and for whatever reason scrapped it, so then Rockstar being Rockstar decided to put a burned up town as almost if like to, you know, leave a message for us or a reference. Like I said, I highly doubt that that's actually the case, but it's fun to imagine that it's the case. I need a drink. So, in case anybody out there doesn't know, there is a lockbox in this sheriff's office It's right down the hill from Horseshoe Overlook, the second camp in the game, the first camp in the open world. You just come right down here, you go to the burned up town of Limpany, come into this sheriff's office, and it's right under this desk. This is the first bit of money that I always get Arthur set up with at the beginning of a new playthrough. Because we get a gold bar and a horse stimulant pamphlet. Now I do believe I have to read the pamphlet for it to take effect. To like actually learn the recipe. Early settlers discovered that when sage is mixed with bulrush and carrots, it forms a cathartic compound that returns the highest level of stamina in horses. This proved especially helpful in defeating the English, who are known for their slow, contemplative horses. Apparently English horses are slower and more thoughtful. How to prepare. To prepare a stimulant for your steed, place 2 of each item in a metal cup and boil over fire. Pour contents into small bottle, cork, and store. More effective than store-bought Gene A. Frost horse stimulant. Did you know? Sheep dung dried in an oven and made into a tea cures measles and smallpox. Well, I'm going to go ahead and not try that. Going to go ahead and hope Arthur never comes down with measles, smallpox, or really anything chronic. Because that sounds like a god-awful cure. I would almost rather just have the disease. Alright, the game's yelling at me to get the deer back to camp. So I was going to hang out here at Limpany a little longer and talk a little more about it, but we will make our way back here. We got to find some more food before this deer goes bad. I don't feel like it's really been that long, but whatever. Oh, I think I just ran into some food, literally. A squirrel! Of course, we can't put that on our horse, but it's better than nothing. It literally just died and flies are already swarming it. American red squirrel. American red squirrels are native to the forested regions of West Elizabeth and New Hanover. As omnivores, their diet consists of small animals such as mice, as well as nuts, seeds, and mushrooms. And then it just tells us what we can use to kill them and what we can use their pelts for. We have to use small game arrows for squirrels if we want a perfect... it's not even a pelt, it's just literally the critter itself. If we want a perfect one of those, which we do need for the hunting to upgrade our satchel. I haven't studied any of these deer just yet, but I'm already getting the star rating on them, like whether they're perfect or in not so good of shape. There should be turkeys around here somewhere. I know there's rabbits, but there should also be turkeys, but I don't hear any. Well, I guess even if we don't fill up our horse, but we just get the deer to camp. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Arthur doesn't feel like shooting today, apparently. For some reason, he just would not aim. So we unlocked the Horseman Challenge. That's one thing I plan to do, is as many of the challenges as possible. I think I've probably already said that. And I think I've also probably already said that I don't intend to do any of the poker challenges. I'm good. That just doesn't feel necessary. Feels like a headache. Oh, that's a fox. Fox isn't going to do us any good because we already have this deer. We would just have to replace the deer with the fox. Well, unless I find another rabbit or a turkey, I guess this will do us. We got more deer. But I don't see any small critters at the moment. Maybe if I go up into these woods right next to the camp. I bet we'll find some turkeys up here. Another fox. No, those are coyotes. That also won't help us. What we got over here? More coyotes. Another bird. Guess I could start getting birds anyway. Or I could miss. Alright, we're gonna slowly head back toward camp in the hopes of finding a small critter. It's pretty much a luck of the spawn when it comes to turkeys and rabbits and stuff. Usually when you're not looking for them, they're everywhere. And then when you start specifically trying to find them, it seems like you don't ever see them. But that's probably just a trick of the mind. See, I just said that and literally they're right here. So I think I'm just full of shit. As a general rule, don't ever listen to anything I say. Just as a general rule. Okay, we're going to go ahead and not read about the turkeys because everybody knows what a turkey is. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for everything else I've read about, but some of the stuff is entertaining to read. Some of it can get a little too repetitive. But I appreciate that Rockstar took the time to build an entire compendium to complement this massive open world. The compendium is genuinely pretty entertaining to read, even if it does get a little repetitive. Got some food. John is not very nice to his family. I can hear multiple dialogues going on at once right now. You like have to choose between which one you'd rather hear.
Did you give me a glass of water? No. Go fuck yourself.
They're so mean to Kieran. Karen, you're so mean. I mean, he basically has the same name as you. I'm guessing John's going to be in a bad mood because he just had an argument. He's going to respond to me meanly.
What, Arthur?
Yep.
How you feel? A little better? Well, glad you're on the man.
Whatever. Yeah, he just had an argument. One of many. He's not in a good place. Everybody's visiting Karen today.
Don't mind Karen. She's lovely, really.
If you say so, miss. I'm sure she is.
She's just lovely to everybody who's not in O'Driscoll.
Are you taking that over to Pearson?
I mean, I'm working on it.
You okay? You don't seem yourself.
Yes, I'm all right. Why?
Okay, just making sure.
All right, Arthur.
All right, Pearson. Come get this turkey.
Arthur, you know these hides and furs can
Poor
also be
squirrel
done up into
carcass.
coats and boots and such. Beyond my skills, but there's a trapper that travels around these parts, Canadian feller, Skill Tanner. He can make just about anything. You should drop in on him sometime.
Awesome. I will do just that.
Okay, I'll keep my eye out for him.
Now I would say we've earned ourselves some stew. We had a successful hunt. Got some turkeys and some deer. Now let's eat. I know this stew is at its absolute poorest quality right now until we get a couple camp upgrades. Upgrade our chicken coop so we get better stew. For now, we'll just take what we can get.
Come on, I'm so hungry.
Dutch is sitting over here at a tree like a hippie. Now he just looks like he had PTSD. He was just staring off angrily at nothing. You alright, Dutch? He doesn't feel like talking. You would think it was him that just had the argument. I don't know, Molly was kind of sad earlier. Maybe they had an argument that we didn't hear. It's hard telling. But I would say the next item on our agenda would be to go ahead and sell off that gold bar. Now, I know I could go down to Rhodes, and it would probably be a little quicker, but I feel like trekking all the way out to Van Horn, to that fence instead. Kind of goofy, I know, when we could just go down to Rhodes, but I'd rather stay in New Hanover for now. So we'll do some hunting on the way out, identify some different species of animals, you know, talk to whatever strangers we talk to, and after we sell that gold bar, we will get a hold of some dynamite, and we will start robbing some trains. It's one of my favorite things to do in this game. You know what? Actually, first we're going to go into Valentine. Because we need some gun oil and some supplies. We have a little bit of money. We're probably going to spend it all. But that's okay, because that'll get us over to the fence at Van Horn. We can sell that gold bar. And then we will have lots more money.
Not a thing happens round here without an O'Driscoll saying so. Understand me?
You know what? We're not even going to dignify that with a response. We're just going to go straight to violence. Are you alive? Why can't I stab you? Why can't I stab you? Why are you so unstabbable, sir? Alright. We'll just get out the gun. Better do your... Alright, sir. That's quite enough. And you, sir, have been a thorn in my side since this interaction began. You get an extra mean death. Since apparently you're impervious to being stabbed. That was so strange. That's never happened to me with that encounter before. I know, like, you know, glitches happen, but that was a strange one. I guess they're right. I shouldn't be wandering around here. It seems like trouble finds me wherever I go. With my awesome mustache. Alright, back into Valentine. We got off track there for a second, but now we are back. I hope the other O'Driscoll interaction in town doesn't go that way, because that was very strange. I wonder if I ride by that area, if those guys are there too. Or if the game, like, spaces out those interactions. It would be kind of funny to go from one group of two O'Driscolls to another. I know the whole point is that they kind of have a hold on this town, which is an interesting concept, but it would make more sense to space out those encounters.
Come on, out of the way!
Belgian draft horse. I have no interest in calming that horse.
Don't you think you should wash all that blood off?
I've just been out hunting.
Hey, mister.
Telling me you don't hunt, sir? 'Cause I feel like everybody in this time period has to hunt. I mean, I guess general stores do sell meat and there's like a butcher now, so maybe they don't need to. Hello, Sheriff. Well, you don't want to talk?
You seen how you look? 'Cause it ain't good.
Everybody is so mean to me about my appearance.
Mind your business, I'll mind mine. Well, how are you doing anyway?
Well,
That's how you're doing? Well, okay, I don't think that's a state of being, but okay.
Read it first here, nowhere else. Get it here.
Alright, we'll go ahead and buy the first newspaper, but we're going to wait to read it until we're cozy in a hotel room, because that just feels right.
Hey there.
Hello, sir.
How y'all doing? How's it going?
Life ain't easy.
All right, well, good luck.
Just getting to know the folk in this new town.
You sure run into some nice folks out this way.
Is that right?
That's
All the
right.
best to you.
God be with you.
It's all good vibes for this playthrough, minus the train robbing. That's going to get a little rough, but other than that, all good vibes.
Let me see what's available.
Can't get the double action yet. We can get the volcanic pistol, but we also can't because I don't have the money. So yeah, we're just going to have to get supplies for now. We can't get anything fancy just yet. I don't even know why I took the time to thumb through that. We're going to not get any... As a rule of thumb, I try to never buy regular cartridges because they're everywhere in the open world. We're probably going to... I better buy gun oil before I spend all my money on ammunition. Because that's literally why I came to town, was for gun oil. I don't really care about health cures and stuff. long as I can clean my guns, that's all that matters to me. We don't have a rifle yet, so I'm going to wait on that. We do have a shotgun. It's like the game, it's kind of cool. It gives you just enough money to get a few supplies to start you out. Alright, we got $13 left. We'll go get some health cures, excuse me. I need a cigarette. This town stresses me out.
Howdy.
How do you do?
Nice around here. I'm kind of new to these parts. Well, good luck to you. Goodbye.
I'm a nice guy.
Hey, mister.
Evening, sir.
You look like a man on a mission. Huh. So, don't let me keep you.
See you around.
Hello, Doc.
Howdy. New in town?
I need health.
I only keep select items on the shelves. Gum and
I
candy.
need some health, Doc.
And the medicine and tonics are on the table against the wall. See the catalog if you can't find what you're looking for.
Cost too much cash. Okay, I have $4 left. What should I spend it on? Probably something for my horse. Yeah, we're gonna do horse medicine. Because you never know who's gonna ambush you while you're on your horse. And I don't want that poor fella to die. I really like that horse. Probably gonna get rid of him as soon as we do the mission with Hosea, but for now I really like him.
Thank you. Really.
Alright, so we have no money. Nothing else to buy. So for now, I need a drink, and then we are going to leave Valentine. We're going to go out toward Van Horn. Arthur doesn't know that Van Horn is out this way. He's just exploring. But he's going to happen upon a fence at which he can sell that gold bar. And that will be our capital for robbing trains. Okay, so they spaced out that interaction a little. Is it just the one guy?
Look at you. Another coward.
You better be stabbable, sir. Your friend was not, and it was very disappointing. Can I stab you? I can slice you. Alright, so I couldn't stab him, but I could slice him. And now I'm wanted. Making a very bad first impression on this town. I'm a good guy, I swear. He's an O'Driscoll. They're bad. Yeah, I better go. I don't intend to kill a bunch of law, so I better just get out of here. I'll follow the train. I'll reserve killing lawmen for robbing trains. Wonder if I could just ride this train. I probably could ride it down to like Rhodes, but I don't think I could ride it to Van Horn. Oh my god! He just smacked his fucking head off that boulder. Jeez, you wouldn't come back from that, Arthur. You'd be eating your food through a straw. Wish I could get an instant replay of that. Hey, mister! How are you?
Hey there, mister.
Don't worry, I ain't gonna rob you. I don't have dynamite yet. At least I don't think I do. Do I have dynamite? I have one dynamite, not really worth it. Actually, you know what? Maybe it is worth it. Let's do an impromptu train robbery on our way out to Van Horn. Let's do that. And I did not grab any of my weapons, so it looks like we're doing it with just the revolver. Luckily, we just got ourselves some gun oil. So the revolver's at least going to be in good shape. Alright, so we're only going to be able to blow one train car since we only have one stick of dynamite. But we can rob a bunch of folks and loot people, and so we'll get a decent amount of money from this. Oh, if we don't fall off the damn train. Oh no! Our first train robbery is going to be a disaster. This is just like the train robbery up in the mountains. It's like, oh my god, where did it go? What the hell? Well, we're definitely not robbing it now. Good lord. Okay then. I can still hear the train too. Unless those are the refinery noises. Oh my god, it just completely despawned. So we're not going to impromptu rob a train. What the hell? I wonder if we go through the tunnel, if it just like despawned but ended up on the other side of the tunnel. Because it is lighting up like there's a train. Do we have a lantern yet? We sure do. That was a really weird glitch. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. To be fair though, I don't typically jump on a train and rob it like that. I usually do a whole thing where I go to a train station and sit, have it take me to a town, then I sit there for a while, wait for it to take off, and then initiate the train robbery. Feels more immersive that way. But I guess we're not robbing that train.
Easy, easy.
I'm gonna wait to try to hunt any of the bison because we can get a perfect pelt later with Charles. Plus we don't have a rifle yet. Is there anybody here? I guess not, unless he's asleep. Nope. Not asleep. Oh, he is asleep. I didn't see you there. Hey, mister, what are you doing?
Hey there, partner.
What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, just waking you up for no reason. Oh, he's mad. Alright, we better go. Jump! That was a bad idea. That was not a good jump. And now we got this guy mad at us, and I have to revive my horse. I actually can't revive my horse. Oh no! Okay, so this is about to be a whole thing. Does this guy have a horse I can steal? I'm gonna have to do some dishonorable actions in the name of saving my horse. Where's your horse? I hear him. Don't kill me before I can steal your horse. Well, I guess we are gonna... Well, no. I was gonna say we're gonna make a mad dash to town to try to buy a horse reviver, but we don't have money. Oh, that is very sad. I was just talking about how much I love this horse, too. That was so stupid of me to jump it off a cliff trying to get away from this guy. I so don't want to have to do this, but I don't want him to suffer either. This is the most humane... Oh, the more he's suffering, the more I'm getting bad honor, too. Well, damn it. Not off to a great start. I genuinely feel a little sad about that. But I better at least get my gun from him. Better get all my weapons. Already lost a horse. Barely into the open world. Just started. Already missing a horse. Because I had to be an idiot and jump it off of a cliff. I thought the cliff wasn't going to be that tall. Like, that wasn't even something I did on purpose because I thought it would be funny, like, to crash the horse off the cliff. I thought it was going to be like a little jump and then we could just dash. Like, it would have been real epic. I was very, very wrong. I was about as wrong as I could be. And see, instead of horse medicine, I should have bought a damn horse reviver. Live and learn. I guess we'll learn about time as a palate cleanser after that horrific horse death. Creeping thyme is an evergreen subshrub with woody stems, small green leaves, and tiny purple bell-shaped flowers. The durability of this plant means that it can be found in most places across America. This plant can often be found growing in thin soil near riverbanks, sandy soil, and near rocks. The herb can be consumed to replenish your Deadeye core or as a seasoning when cooking. We want to stock up on thyme, oregano, and mint. And then we want to find some wolves or kill some gators down south and get the big game meat. We got to get the grill for our camp, which I think... I could be wrong, but I think you get that after the mission with Hosea. Because when you make camp at first, you don't have a grill. And I don't think it's something you buy. I know the coffee percolator is something you buy. And I'm already trying to whistle for my horse out of instinct. So sad. Anyway, we're going to have to find a horse to steal. I don't intend for this to be a low honor playthrough, but of course in this chapter, Your Honor's kind of dicey as it is. Arthur does a lot of messed up things. So we need to get on the road and get us a horse. Need to find the nearest road. Wonder if there's any chance I could get a perfect deer pelt yet. White-tailed deer. White-tailed deer are found in a variety of habitats across the states, but are common to the forests of New Hanover, Lemoyne. I feel like I already read this. Can't remember. These, like I said, these start to blend together after a while. It can be hard to... And when your compendium updates, like, you could find yourself reading things you've already read because your compendium updates, like, the number of kills you've gotten for something. So whenever you get that little notification, it doesn't always mean that, like, you have a new animal or plant to read about. I guess we're going to go toward Emerald Ranch and look for a road, because we need to get ourselves a horse. I guess if I see a wild horse, I could try to tame it and get a horse the high honor way. I don't have my saddle on me, though, because I wasn't about to carry it around with me. Oh, just missed it. Oh well. I was trying to study it and it ran away at the last second. Does anybody have a horse? I need to commit theft. I need to commit grand theft horse. Anybody? It's just like the turkey thing. You'll pass by fellers on the road constantly, but when you need to steal somebody's horse, suddenly nobody wants to be out at... What time is it? As soon as the bounty message goes away, we'll see. Suddenly nobody wants to be out at 4 in the morning with a maniac running with a bow and a gun on his back, just ready to steal somebody's horse and leave him out here on the side of the road. It's very mean, I admit, but I also don't want to run to Van Horn. And I don't see any wild horses, so this is just a bad day for this fella. And that guy's going to be a witness, but we're going to run away, so it's not going to matter. Or should I say, we're going to ride away. I'm sorry, friend. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't need the horse. Kinda lost my horse. It's a long story. Alright. On the road again. Oh god. Maybe I shouldn't have a horse. Maybe this should be a horseless playthrough because none of these poor creatures deserve what I have put them through so far. And I don't do this stuff on purpose. I'm not the kind of player that thinks it's funny to abuse a horse. Even if it's a line of code, it still breaks my heart. But at the same time, this is a game where wild shit happens in the open world. You're gonna crash your horse. Granted, you know, I didn't need to jump off that cliff, but generally... What did he say? Needs must? I don't know what that means, Arthur. Arthur will just always be saying stuff. Guess we could have stolen a wagon instead. That would have been kind of fun. Gonna stop and collect some of these plants. More tobacco. I know one of the challenges involves crafting, I think it's like 9 items with tobacco. So I might just try to save up all my tobacco until I get to that challenge and then craft it all at once and be able to just breeze through it. Golden Currant. Currant. I don't know how any of this stuff is pronounced. I just do my best. I'm so glad I didn't lose that horse. If you steal a horse and you're not bonded with it, you damn near have to tie it to a tree to keep them from running away or despawning. California Valley Coyote. Did we put down the pelt? The California Valley Coyote can be found across New Austin, West Elizabeth, Lemoyne, and New Hanover. Their diet is primarily carnivorous, consuming the meat of rodents as their main food source. So we can use a bow and arrows or a repeater, and we can use their pelt for crafting, eat their meat, or not eat it because it's too stringy. Okay. How about the pelt? What quality was it? Poor? We'll take it anyway. Right now we'll take anything we can get. Now I need to bond with this guy to keep him from running away.
You did real good.
I need to make sure we are going in the right direction. So I'm going to set a general waypoint this way. That's probably going to take us closer to Annisburg, but that's just to give me a sense of direction of where we're going, which really I didn't need because I could have just followed the compass east. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to be wishy-washy and not make up my mind on things, but I can just follow the compass. I might as well. Let's not run into the cliff. We've already had pretty bad experiences with cliffs.
Yep.
So I'm just going to follow the compass east instead of bothering with a waypoint. I'm going to try to control myself in regard to constantly gushing about how beautiful this game is. I find myself very often just wanting to, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous and blah blah blah, you know, everything that everybody's already heard. So I'll try to control that urge to gush, but no promises. Because, I mean, come on. This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Did we make it to Butcher Creek? I think we did. So from Butcher Creek, we just keep going east.
Hi there, mister.
I don't know if they really... Yeah, they don't really like us here in Butcher Creek.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I just go east, I'm probably going to end up closer to Annisburg than Van Horn. But that's okay, because from there I can just go toward Van Horn. Oh, this is not an abandoned house. I was about to go explore that. Somebody lives there. There is a whole ass ranch there. Now I've learned my lesson. We're going to go to the bottom of this hill instead of trying to jump from the top. I do not want to lose another horse. I don't even know if I'm bonded enough with this horse yet for it to be my secondary. Another ranch. I thought this was an abandoned house too. I think Van Horn is down here. Here we are. Alright. Sell that gold bar and we'll be well on our way to robbing some trains. I need a cigarette. Why you look so aggressive in your walk, Arthur? What's going on with that? We are not actively in conflict right now. I don't understand why you feel the need to walk so aggressively and in strange directions. I was hoping if I put on cinematic mode he would just walk straight. But I guess when cinematic mode gets involved he gets very confused. Especially when he's like ready to pull his gun out on someone. Nobody is even acting aggressive toward you or anything right now. Why are you so... like, chill out, Arthur. Take a breath, man. It's not that serious.
damn it, or you'll damn well break something.
Why is everybody upset with me? What have I done? Maybe the dog will be nice to me.
Hey, don't push your luck or I'll march you right out of here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I tried to pet your dog. Oh, he won't even see me. I really pissed off this town.
In my shop you don't. Be gone with you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I really genuinely don't know what I did. Can I buy coffee? I cannot. Alright. Can't even buy coffee. Nobody here likes me. Are you mad at me? What have I done to offend this town? I'm gonna try the fence one more time. But if he doesn't let me in, we're just gonna have to get a room for the night.
Hey, knock that fighting off or take it outside.
Why don't you mind your manners, partner?
Arthur, why are you mouthing off, dude? We don't even know why they're mad at us.
Come on, show the place some respect.
You're just gonna make the situation so much worse, Arthur. Let's just jog over to the hotel.
Hey! Nope. This ain't a damn saloon. Take your fight elsewhere.
I can't even get a hotel room. Who am I fighting with? Huh. Interesting. Alright, well, we made it to Van Horn, but Van Horn hates us, so I'm not really sure where to take it from there. We need to get our gold bars sold, our 1 gold bar sold, so that way we can have the money to rob a train. Maybe they know we intend to rob trains, and they just don't want that funny business around here. But for whatever reason, Van Horn really doesn't care for Arthur. His life is a lonely one, traveling from town to town. Everybody hates you. Nobody wants to be your friend. Fences won't buy gold bars from you. Mean dogs are barking at you while you're standing on top of boxes. An outlaw's life is not an easy one, even with a mustache as great as mine.